Welcome to the Elmet beta testing version tutorial. In this video we will analyze the functionality of the platform along with its current features. Firstly, we navigate to elmet.edacc.uth.gr where the platform resides. At the top right we can see the options Login and Register. Let's create a new account by clicking Register. We have to input a username, a password, and verify our password, a first name, and a last name. We finally click to accept the Elmet privacy policy and we click Submit. An one-time password is generated and we need to note it somewhere. It will be used in the case of a forgotten password in order to restore our password. Once we note it down, we can log in. Starting from the top right corner, we have the capability to change the language by clicking on the flag button and choosing the language of our liking. Next to it, we have a logout button for when we are done with the platform. Finally, there is an avatar with our name initials. When we click on it, we arrive at the user information dashboard, where we can change our information, change our password, or delete our account if we wish. The role of the user cannot be changed. Going back to the home page, we see three clickable icons. Starting from the last one, once we click on it, we see a list of available tools that are meant to help in the creation of the escape rooms as well as their solutions from the players. We can see four separate categories: encryption tools, where we can encrypt text or other information using known cryptographic solutions and conversions; puzzle creation tools, where we can create puzzles like crosswords; fake item creation tools, where we can create fake newspapers, tickets and more; and finally search tools such as maps. Clicking on them will navigate us to the appropriate external tool. Going back to the home page, we will now choose the first icon, the pen icon, which navigates us to the virtual escape room editor. Starting from the top, we can give a thumbnail to our scenario by double-clicking and adding a link to an image of our liking. The default is the Elmet logo. Let's paste this image. Once we paste it, we can press enter to save our choice. In the same way, we can change the title and the description of our escape room scenario. A little further below we can see the levels, although we have only one now. We can add a new level by clicking the appropriate button, and we can see the current level with a darker color. We can reorder the levels by clicking the arrows. Finally, we can delete a level by clicking the Delete Level button. We can also set a timer for each individual level if we wish by setting the hours and the minutes we want the level to last. We also have a drop-down with a quick access to the platform tools and checkboxes to check our used ones for easier view. Finally, if we wish for others to play our scenario, we can make it public by checking True in the Public View checkbox. Moving on to the main part of the editor, we have a canvas in which we can create text, image or video notes to create a virtual escape room. Before we see how to do that, we can also change the background color of the canvas by clicking on the color pick circle button. Now, in order to create the notes of the escape room, we need to click on the note button. Firstly, we can create a text note. We can also change its text color. We can put a background image of our liking. Let's choose one from our local computer. And we can also make it into a hint that appears after the player has played for quite some time. We can also move our nodes freely and resize them as we want. The canvas itself expands, judging from the height of the nodes. We can also have image nodes, whereas before we can upload or paste a link of an image. This time, if we choose to give a text, it will appear as a legend above the image. We can also choose to have video nodes, where we can simply paste the link of the video, for example from YouTube. Finally, we can create what is called a progress node by clicking here. This node is created to ask a question and expect an answer from the player. If the player is correct, he will be able to proceed to the next level. So let's put a question here and the expected answer. At this level, we can't see the answer dialog, but we will as players. Finally, by hovering on each node, we can see its options. We can edit it by clicking the edit button, and then we can save or undo. We can delete it by holding the delete button. We can copy it by clicking the copy button. And finally, we can change the height at which the node resides so that it can appear above or below other nodes. Now, let's take a quick look at how we would create a fake item and put it in the level by using some tools. Let's use a fake ticket creator to create a simple fake ticket. For example, this. We can take the image address and we can create an image node with a fake ticket. We can similarly leverage the rest of the tools to create an interesting escape room scenario. What we did here is saved automatically, so let's return to our homepage. The middle button is a list of all the escape rooms, our private created ones, and every scenario that is public. We can see their thumbnail, their title, and their description, as well as some control buttons. For our private scenarios, we can edit or delete freely. With the green buttons, we can play these scenarios. The first icon is single player mode. We can see that we don't have the capability to change the nodes like we did in the editor, but we can move them to reorganize them if we like. Also, we only see the first level of the room. We can also see that our hint node hasn't still appeared, but it will after a minute. Also, we can see that the progress node presents us with an input for our answer, and a progress button that becomes clickable once we answer correctly. By clicking progress, we can finally go to the next level. And in this way, the players can progress through the levels until they complete the scenario. At the bottom, we can also see a chat that is right now empty because we are the only players in this single player mode, but the player can use it as a quick note place. Let's go back. Finally, we can also play with others as a team by joining a created one or creating one ourselves. To do that, we need a code, which we can create from the key button. Once we have a code, we can enter the team play. The team play mode works in the same way as the single player mode, but this time the progress is shared with the members from the chat. Here, once we find a clue, we can let our teammates know in order to progress their instance as well. Returning to the room list, we have a list of previously used team codes. These can be used in order to connect again with the same team instance if we want to. Finally, let's log out to see one last thing. By clicking Login, we can enter the platform with our username and password, but we can also log in as a guest without a user account. As a guest, we can only play public scenarios in single player mode. No data are saved, so guests that are willing to play must complete the escape rooms in one go. That concludes our tutorial for the current beta testing version of Helmet, describing the different features, tools for creation and playing a virtual escape room in the platform, as well as managing our user account.